Hi everyone. It's National Diabetes Awareness Month, November, and I've been a diabetes educator since 2012, and I have worked closely with diabetes for my entire career. And diabetes is near and dear to my heart. My father had diabetes probably probably since his teens. He died of diabetes in 2016. Diabetes and its complications. Um, so it's really personal. And I have always been passionate. Not only is it just such a huge issue, it's, the seventh leading cause of death, which doesn't sound too scary when there's six other causes of death that are more common. But some of those causes of death, like heart disease and cancers, are linked to having type 2 diabetes. So even though heart disease might be the leading cause of death, a lot of times it's associated with diabetes, and diabetes contributes to that heart disease. Lots of risk factors. I think we kind of know the risks. We know the big ones. We know heart attack, stroke. We know risk of amputations or sores that don't heal. We know about kidney problems and vision trouble and those types of things. I think what we're missing is like the day to day. If you're someone who has elevated blood sugars, if you're someone with diabetes who has had a hard time controlling your blood sugars, if you're someone newly diagnosed and blood sugars have been creeping up but maybe you didn't realize it, if you're someone with pre-diabetes, someone with those diabetes with those blood sugars within the range of not quite diabetes but also elevated compared to normal blood sugar ranges, that's kind of the definition of pre-diabetes. If you're someone whose blood sugar is just kind of erratic, maybe it's not even really in prediabetes ranges, but it kind of, you could feel it fluctuate. I just want to say that you can feel better. It's Diabetes is kind of like a silent disease. It's kind of sneaky. It's hard to feel. It's hard to really sense. I feel like people who kind of maybe know their bodies better, maybe have had diabetes and kind of watch their blood sugars with like a glucometer and that type of thing, like you get to know your body and some of the sensations and some of the feelings that you feel when your blood sugar is too high or too low. But for a lot of people, we don't realize that as our blood sugar is kind of creeping up, we're feeling worse and worse. The number one thing that I hear when people come to me with a new diagnosis of diabetes, they will come into session one and we'll meet, and right away, right from session one, we start tackling things, we start working on things, we start adjusting nutrition. I don't take away your treats, I don't take away your cocktails, I don't take away pizza, but we make adjustments in session one. By session two, they come back maybe 1 week later and they say, the most common thing I hear is, I didn't realize that I was so exhausted. I didn't realize that I felt so tired and that blood sugars were causing that. One of the things I hear the most often is people will say, I thought I was just getting old. I kid you not. I hear that all the time. They come in. I mean, they could be 70, they could be 40, they could be 25. They're like, I thought I was just getting old. I thought I needed more naps because of my age. It might not be your age. I mean, surely we can all use probably some more sleep and more naps, but diabetes, I mean, it's exhausting if your blood sugars are high or erratic. And there is so much you could do with nutrition without cutting out your favorite foods. So I don't know, that one always sticks with me, is how much better people feel after 1 week of just some slight tweaks to nutrition, and how much better their blood sugars are. And we don't feel the difference between a blood sugar that's within range and a blood sugar that is elevated. I mean, technically, yes, you might have those sensations, like I said, but we don't feel the risk. You don't feel the risk until it's too late. So even though you might be sitting at 140, 150 blood sugar, 170, and you might feel fine, that's the second most common phrase that I hear is, I feel fine. I feel fine. I hear that all the time. They come in to see me, doctor refers them for elevated blood sugar, and they say, "Well, I don't know why I should make changes. I feel fine." And then after changes, after 1 week of changes, after a couple of suggestions, they come back and they say, "Wow, I thought I felt fine. I didn't realize that diabetes was causing that sleepiness or that fullness feeling or the bloating." So I feel fine. So, like I said, we don't necessarily feel the difference between a blood sugar at 85 and a blood sugar at 145 that's going to cause damage over the long term. But I promise that it'll add up. And for some people, it could be just a couple of years before we start to have damage to our heart and vascular system, our eyes, our kidneys, sores that aren't healing, decreased blood flow, all of those types of things. Or it could be decades. I mean, my dad lived a long time with really quite elevated blood sugars. He still died much too young at age 65, but much longer than I thought he would make it with the kinds of blood sugars he had. But the quality of life, that's probably the third point I'll make today, is your quality of life can be so much better. You don't have to just hang out there feeling crummy with those slightly elevated blood sugars or really elevated blood sugars. There are things that you can do that are not that hard. I can help you with those things and you can feel better within a week. You're not going to be perfect within a week. Your blood sugars might not be within range within 1 week, but you will feel better after 1 week. So it's pretty incredible. It's incredible. I see it with every single person I work with that puts in any type of effort. They don't necessarily always hit the nail on the head. People don't always follow through with every single goal they set. But if you make a few small changes, 1 week, 1 week, and you will feel better. So I just thought I would jump on, like I said, Diabetes Awareness Month. And so I just wanted to kind of, I don't know, just talk. I'm waiting for some other videos to upload and kind of working on some work things. So while I wait, I just thought I would kind of just talk a little bit about my relationship with diabetes. Like I said, diabetes educator since 2012 and worked with diabetes since, I mean, you learn about it in school, undergrad, graduate school, internship. I did a rotation in diabetes. My dad had diabetes. I'm at high risk for diabetes because I've had 3 babies that weigh more than 9 pounds. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So there are risk factors there. And, you know, with family members, so having a family member with type 2 diabetes is a risk factor. So high risk myself, and it's definitely something I watch really close, hoping to kind of break the pattern. My grandparents had diabetes, and so hoping to break the pattern, you know, for my grandma, my dad, and hopefully my generation can stop this. It'll always be there in our genetics, but hopefully I can stop or slow down that rate of disease and make an impact in my children's lives as well, and as many other people as I could reach. So I'm here. If you ever want to chat about that, to see how I can help. Most commonly, I do one-on-one sessions, but I am really, really working hard to put out a diabetes course. I'm hoping to have it out for January for the new year, but I don't know, it might be sooner. I am quite a ways into it, but I just want to make sure it's great before I put it out there for you. But a diabetes course, so it'll be kind of like a self-paced thing. And lastly, my nutrition accountability membership. It's $29 a month. Super cheap, super cheap. Like, you probably won't have, I don't know if you'd ever see dietitian services that cheap, but I just literally wanted something. I know Northern Michigan especially, there's not a lot of dietitians. There's not a lot of nutrition services that are qualified nutrition services. And so I just wanted to have something available, an accountability membership, a little group. I am the leader of it. I am involved. I actively post several times a week. And so I respond to almost every single post on there. So you have my guidance, my assistance, 24/7. And for $29 a month, no obligation to continue. You can pay month to month. Just like such a great resource, such a great little community to be a part of, which it's growing. I'm hoping to, you know, grow the community and just have it be like an excellent resource. With that membership, you also get access to I have a site that is very specific to my clients and my members in that group, and it has a lot of different recipes and just some different guides and things that would come with that. So if you're interested, let me know. I can get you the link to sign up through Practice Better, the HIPAA compliant platform that I use. Everything is HIPAA compliant there, so it's all, privacy protected. I know it's kind of like, I feel like people kind of question when you're just like a sole dietitian out there, you're not affiliated with a hospital. But I do work real hard to stay HIPAA compliant, and even though here I am, work from home, it just makes it super convenient for you. I think that's like the one benefit to me being work from home is we meet telehealth, and it is from, you could be anywhere, and I'm generally home or, somewhere also private. And then I think the cool thing is like, you don't necessarily have to leave your house to get help, to get nutrition counseling. So I think that's it. I just wanted to, like I said, spend some time and chat a little bit about diabetes. And also, I know I don't put out a ton of videos. I'm not really a video type of person, but I just think like it helps you get a feel of who I am if you actually hear me speak. So you get to see me. This is my no client off day, but yeah, so reach out. Like I said, reach out if you have questions, see how I can help. Medicare, Aetna are the two insurance companies that private practice dietitians can contract with in Michigan, and I take both. I would take more if I could. Hopefully that will change in the future. Also, HSA and FSA usually cover dietitian services, so that is something that I also take. Feel free to use your FSA, HSA benefits for our sessions. Definitely a great use of your benefits if you kind of get to the end of the year, especially, and you have extras to use. But of course, I think nutrition is important all the time. We could prevent lots of chronic illness with nutrition. So I'm here, like I said, mentioning diabetes, but that's not all I do. Lots of different things. So reach out if you have nutrition questions. Have a good day, everyone.